This is the Tokyo Bada 23 sneaker channel, Tokyo Bada 23 のスニーカーチャンネルです。I bring you content every single day from Japan. 毎日日本からアップするので毎日見てください。I really do love bringing the content and bringing the information to you guys out there. And today is no different. It's a really unique looking sneaker. I was not behind these guys at all. In fact, I would go so far to say I barely tolerated them when I first saw them, and I totally ignored them because I was just like, that's just taking advantage of the consumer. But then I dug into them and I found out that the Nike Legacy 312s are actually an interesting sneaker, and these Nike Legacy 312 Low Breds are very interesting. So let's dig into those today. As I said in the introduction, today it's all about the Nike Legacy 312 Bred lows, Low Breds. I'm mixing it all up because it's such a long name, but they are a cracking looking sneaker. But when you think of Bred, you think of Bred 4s, or you think about those 6s, the Jordan 6s with the infrared blacks that dropped recently, and then, or maybe even black cements from the 3s and things like that. So Bred on a Legacy 312, people are probably cringing a little bit at that, but you know, we'll have a look at the sneaker and decide whether or not it is actually a yay or nay. And the thing about the sneaker for me is I didn't realize that it was actually designed by streetwear designer Don C out of Chicago. I thought it was just the Nike brand taking the piss a bit, to be frank, and I don't usually cuss on my videos, but I will for this. I thought it was a Nike brand taking the piss a little bit and saying, like, we're just going to cram together some sneakers from here and here and then sell them and make people pay even more money for the sneakers. But then it turned out that it was a guy not only not really affiliated with the Nike brand, but Don C himself is an absolute Jordan head. He's not just a sneakerhead, but a Jordan head. And then I thought, well, you know what, fair dues. That's actually not just taking the piss and abusing the customer. And there's, let's see, there's 3 different sneakers all wrapped into one here, which surprises me because I thought they were 3 different sneakers wrapped into one here. 312, I thought the 3 referred to Jordan 3s, and it does. And I thought the 1 referred to Jordan 1s, and it does. And naturally, I thought the 2 referred to Jordan 2s, and it doesn't, as far as I know. If I'm wrong about that, hit me up with a comment down below. But the 3rd sneaker in here is not actually a Jordan sneaker. It's the Air Alpha Force from 1988, which Jordan wore on court, and it's rare to have seen Jordan wearing a sneaker on court that wasn't from the Air Jordan line. He did actually start his career with the Nike Air Ships in the banned season, and they were banned as much as the Jordan 1s, but the Jordan 1s became the line. So those Nike Air Ships don't get the kind of credit maybe they deserve from the past. But he also did wear the Alpha Force in 1988, and that's why Don C put them in this mix-up, this hybrid of a sneaker. Talking of hybrids, tomorrow will be another hybrid sneaker review when I bring you the Taxi. It's the Championship 6 Rings Taxi colorway, and again what they're doing there is cramming 3 or 4 sneakers together in one to sort of nod to the 6 different sneakers for the 6 different championship rings that Michael Jordan has. So you've got the 6s, 7s, 8s, and the 11, 12s, and 13s all sort of hybrided together, if I can make up my own verb. But today it's all about the 312s, and like I said, the 3 is in there, the 1 is in there, and the 2 I think isn't in there, but the Alpha, the Nike Alpha Air Alphas, Alpha Force are in there. And where they are in there is on that strap on the front. That strap is actually, I thought it was just, you know, like for example, the straps from an 8 brought down to the front or something like that, a bit gimmicky, but it is actually off the Alpha Air Force, the Air, I can't even say it, the Alphas, the Air Force, the Air Alpha Forces from 1988. So the strap at the front does actually have purpose and does actually have history. The other parts of the sneaker, the 1s, which is really interesting. The toe box is from the 1s, and the swoosh is also from the 1s. Usually the ankle is from the 1s as well, but these are lows. They're not mids or highs. And usually what you would see is the Air Wings logos on there, but you can't because they're lows and they don't have Air Wings logo on there. And what they've done, interestingly, is put that on the tongue, which I think is pretty unique, and it's a clever sleight of hand, shall we say. It's not something that I've ever seen before. I don't know if we've ever seen it before. Let me know again in the comments if we've ever seen the Wings logo on the tongue before, but it's interesting to see it there. But it definitely is a nod to the 1s in that toe box area, the swoosh itself, and also with the Wings logo on the tongue this time because it can't fit on the ankle because the ankle's bit doesn't exist. But then you've got the 3s as well. If you flip these guys upside down and have a look at the sole, the outsole is definitely a 3s, a Jordan 3s outsole, and then the heel, looking back to the heel area there, it's a Jordan 3 as well. What I'm not a huge fan of is the area where the kind of heel counter and the mud guards and the upper all come together in the midfoot section, and it's kind of clumsy to me. They really didn't do a good job of gelling them. I've obviously, well, I hope I've remembered to throw up a screenshot to explain what I'm talking about here, but the area where these different bits come together, the midsole and the heel counter and the upper, right in that midfoot section area there, that doesn't look very clean to me, and that wasn't particularly well done in my opinion, but you know, that's just my opinion. So anyway, that's the Legacy 312 Lows, Bred Lows, a great colorway. Bred is a great colorway. They just really are iconic. I'm still not able to get behind that 4-foot, I suppose, quarter panel strap on there, even though I understand its history with the alphas and all that. But I still just don't, I just can't do it. It's not, I don't think it's a good look for the sneaker, and that's kind of mainly what I'm interested in. I'm way too old to use these for performance. Let's be honest here. This is not a channel where I'm going to give you performance reviews, and you know, I'm not self-deprecating when I do that. So by look, I'm not a huge fan of that strap on there on the 4-foot or the quarter panel, and I'm also not a huge fan of hybrid sneakers. And I've talked about that before. We had the week of the ones here where there was I think it was it homage to home, is that right? The homage to homes, which looked like they've been kind of cut up and 2 halves of one sneaker on the left foot and 2 halves of one sneaker on the right. And again, I'm not a huge fan of that. It's just maybe my temperament or the way I am as a person, but I just don't like kind of cramming them together. It just, I don't know, it seems wrong somehow. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm hybridist. Maybe, I don't know. If you're interested in hybrid sneakers out there, let me know in the comments down below. But that's my review today. Just wanted to bring you that, the Legacy 312 Bred Lows. An interesting looking sneaker, a great colorway. If that's your thing, go ahead and cop yourself a pair. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be bringing you those championship six rings championship, what do you call it, the taxi colorway, really vibrant yellow, interesting looking shoe. So I look forward to bringing that tomorrow. And I always bring you that daily content every single day. Here I am bringing you content. I've got my 1-year-old next door. I've got my full-time job. Doing this feels like a full-time job, so it is hard work, but you guys always check in and helps me out, and I appreciate that. For now, I'm going to check off. Thank you for checking in with me today, and I'll tell you that I'll definitely see you tomorrow.